That was just another day for the Christians in Gaza enjoying the ceasefire. That was an Israeli strike next to a church, in the vicinity of a church. I mean, they already destroyed so many churches in Gaza and all across of Palestine. But this happened just a few days back. People are preparing for Christmas. The small minority of Christian people in Gaza to listen to these strikes coming from Israel against them. That did not prevent the following. Listen to this, guys. Christian pastors, influencers join a 1,000 strong Israel mission backing the Jewish state and fighting anti-Semitism. Whoa, the big deal. Now, I found a post by a gentleman called Eric Moutsos on X. Let's have a look to what he had to say about this event.
I really don't think people understand how big of a deal this is in America. And they're doing this with your children's money that we don't have. Churches in America, wake up. This is a spiritual war.
We are going to train 100,000 Christian ambassadors to be ambassadors in their own country for the state of Israel, to defend Israel's brand and to combat anti-Semitism.
Whoa, mister, didn't you just see the strike against the church? You want 100,000 ambassadors for the same country that bombs these churches? 100,000 Americans. What else did you say?
A group of more than 1,000 American Christian priests and pastors are in Israel to become ambassadors. This is called the Ambassador for Israel Summit. Here's the itinerary. It's posted publicly. You'll notice that they get treated to a full October 7th experience, and then they meet with Israeli politicians and IDF generals before going to Jerusalem for a worship and celebration. Here's the
What did she say?
Curriculum. They'll study this two-part manual.
Hold on.
Itinerary. It's posted publicly. You'll notice that they get treated to a full October 7th experience, and then
October 7th experience. Hold on a second. Wow. I mean, these people are milking it, aren't they? October the 7th experience. What, do you buy tickets as well if they don't invite you for free? Talk about milking it, right? Milking the propaganda. They probably still spew the same recycled regurgitation about the 7th of October, you know. Do they tell them that Netanyahu knew about the 7th of October 4 hours before it began? Do they tell them that the Israeli army was notified? Several soldiers and their commanders told them, hey, shut up. We know. I wonder. What else is going to happen in the event? Tell me.
And they meet with Israeli politicians and IDF generals before going to Jerusalem for a worship and celebration. Here's the curriculum. They'll study this two-part manual. It's basically a textbook going over Christian Zionism as a foundation and then a decisive force in Jewish history, even though Christian Zionism is quite new in the last century, but they are establishing this. They're weaving it in and out through history as biblical. How do you think Christians should feel about their pastors being groomed by a foreign government? The Bible is clear that allegiance belongs to God, not governments. Scripture repeatedly warns that human governments are temporary. So if a pastor is being trained, funded, ideologically shaped by a man government, wouldn't it stand to reason that that pastor is compromised, politicized at the very least, no longer spiritually independent? How does this comport with a relationship with Jesus Christ?
If your pastor wasn't to church this weekend, then hopefully he wasn't on the Friends of Zion delegation to Israel, where more than 1,000 so-called pastors and Christian influencers went to hump the wall, bow down to rabbis, participate in one of the largest Judeo-Christian Zionist propaganda rituals in history, and take instructions, take marching orders on how to come back to the United States, subvert their congregations, and pump American Christianity full of anti-Christ Zionist filth.
But I say to you that those who are saying things that are negative about Israel that are not true,
They have the free speech right to say them, but you have the free speech responsibility to push back, stand up, speak up, and say, not in this country. America will not stand silent.
The Bible proves that the Jewish people are the most unique.
Oh, no, no, you again. Oh, my goodness. Not this guy again. Oh, okay, listen.
People on the face of the earth. They are a chosen people. They are a covenant people. They are a cherished people. They are the apple of God's eye. The unchallengeable fact of the Bible is that Israel and the Jewish people are unique. Listen, Israel did not choose this uniqueness. God chose it for them.
I will say this 1,000,000 times if I have to. The spiritual house of Israel and current political state of Israel, established in 1948 by the Rothschild family, are two wildly separate things. In order to be God's...
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's unbelievable, these people and the lengths that they go to. The lengths that they go to. They want to train 100,000 people to become ambassadors to Israel. What is this all about? Okay. First, we're talking about people from the evangelical community in the United States. I highly doubt that all of the evangelical community conform to this type of idiocy. As a matter of fact, recent stats and some stats from several years back within the evangelical community in the United States showed growing discontent, at least from the younger generations, with the evangelical leaders and some of these televangelists and multimillionaires. Geez, dude, some of them have private jets. These people roam around in private jets, and several private jets, by the way. So not all of them, of course, follow. As a matter of fact, some of the older evangelicals started to cast out on all of this nonsense. And by the way, the term evangelical, sometimes people who don't necessarily follow the evangelical movement refer to themselves as evangelical. However, you know what we're talking about, generally speaking. In the evangelical scene, these people are trying to push hard. What are we understanding from this move coming from Israel? Well, this is a desperate move. This is a call for help. This is a crisis. Israel is in a deep crisis. They know very well, but like you heard from these American people and how heavily they criticize Israel, many Americans woke up to the lies, okay? But there is still a problem. And that problem is, well, that these Zionists, they are still very, very powerful. They're very powerful. They're getting these people 1,000 to recruit 100,000 ambassadors for Israel, and this worshipping of Zionists, some sort of a cult thing that's going on. And they can still bring people, and they can still influence, and they still have people in politics and in the central government, intelligence agencies too, media, and also in social media, and they're buying more. That means that there's danger. So where we see a pattern of, well, not only crisis, but desperation coming from Israel. This is real desperation. I mean, paying so much to so many people to come to Israel and become ambassadors to the Zionist state, committing genocide and war crimes against everyone in the region, against the Christians, against the Muslims, against Jews who don't like them, against Israelis who go against the government and criticize Zionism, every single thing. It's like a death cult. It's like a satanic death cult. Yet you have these people brainwashed to a level. I mean, man, it's frightening how much these people can be brainwashed, where they say they're going to be ambassadors to this genocidal satanic death cult and go back to the United States. The danger is, they're going to be trying to influence more and more people and brainwash more people. And that they have certain elements in social media who are trying to push for the agenda of Zionism and for the narrative that supports Israel. And the fascinating thing is that, I mean, Yeah, there are people here and there who criticize, but my goodness, there is no just general outrage about the level of audacity of these people. And the Americans who are going there to Israel and going back, that's borderline treason. I mean, if it's not blatant treason, because you're going to become you're from a certain country, okay? And you are going to a war criminal, apartheid, racist, supremacist ethno-state to be an ambassador for them and preach in your country. That's basically preaching hate. That's a definition of preaching hate, preaching terrorism, preaching apartheid and supremacy. Unless that only applies on other groups of people or, you know, followers of other religions or a certain religion, you know, that terminology. Apart from that, what else can you define? How else can you define what these people are doing? And like this man said, they're going to be influencing the American children. They're going to be trying to influence American children under this excuse, you know, or idea that, yeah, these are the people, they are the chosen people of God, and Israel is this political entity, and those people, we should worship them. What did this pastor say, the apple in God's eye? Well, they come up with these terminologies. I mean, you might as well just stay in Israel and start licking the shoes of Netanyahu and some other Zionists over there and stay there. You'll give a good example to the Americans. Maybe they will see you for exactly how you are. Now, thankfully, the videos are being posted. There is some coverage, but I still find it really fascinating. 2 years into full-blown genocide, when rocks started to see and hear and feel, yet you still have some human beings in the name of religion choosing to be on the side of a country that kills and murders children on a day-to-day basis, including Christian children. Mind-boggling.